Hello beautiful peoples, you are welcome to today's tutorial. In this tutorial we are learning how to draft a turtleneck dress. You can actually draft a turtleneck dress with any fabric of your choice, either a stretchy fabric, an Ankara fabric, just any fabric. It's just for you to get the formulas and know how to cut it. Once you've mastered how to cut it, you can use any fabric of your choice to cut it. So in this video, that is what we'll be learning. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe so that you can get notified each time we upload new videos. And if you are an old subscriber, you are welcome. Thank you so much. So let's get started. So just like every other dress you are making, you need your basic body's measurements. That is what we'll be marking on this fabric. This is the fabric we are using, and I fold this fabric into two, and I use the stretchy part horizontally. So if you are making yours and you are using a stretchy fabric, please don't forget to check the stretchy part and use it horizontally. So let's take our vertical measurements and let's continue. This is our starting point. Let me mark it this way. So from here we'll take the full length. Our full length is 21. Our full length is 21. So I added about 1.5 inch for same allowance for folding the down and the upper side. So after folding this way, you bring out your shoulder measurement, your armhole measurement. How do you get our armhole measurement? To determine your armhole depth, you need to divide the person's shoulder by 2, and the shoulder we are working with is 16. So dividing it by 2 will give us 8 inches. So you mark 8 inches this way, and the bust point, then our waistline, I'll use 14 for the waistline. So after bringing out your vertical measurements this way, the next thing you have to do is to bring out your horizontal measurement. That is, the measurement will be dividing by 4. When it comes to this, the next thing now we'll do is to bring out the neck depth. The neck depth, this part from here to here, we'll take 8 inches. Remember, our shoulder is 16, dividing it by 2 is 8. So take it this way, we'll mark 8 this way and add 1 inch to it for seam allowance, because you'll be using about half an inch to add your sleeve. So I'll mark 9 inches, and this is our shoulder line. So from this shoulder line, we are going to determine our neck width and our neck depth. So our neck width, I'll be using about 2.5 inches for it. Or okay, let me just use 3 inches for the 2.5 inches is okay, because it's a stretchy fabric. But if you are not using a stretchy fabric, you can use 3 inches or 3.5. So the neck depth, I also use 2.5 for the neck depth. This is the front part of it. I use 2.5. When you are sewing, if you look at it that is not enough for your neck, you can trim it a little bit again. So after bringing out your neck depth this way, you come to your armhole depth line. That is your upper chest line, and mark that same 9 inches you marked here at the shoulder line. That is what you also mark at your upper chest line. You mark it this way, come up by 2 inches and come out by half an inch, and connect this point that you come up. These 2 inches that you come up with is where you start your curve will be. Then curve it to this point, curve it to this point like this. So we've marked our armhole now. our bust measurement is 31. When we divide it by 4, we have 7.75 inches. 7.75 inches. So we just make it 8 inches because yes, we'll just take it as 8 inches, and we'll add about just 1 inch for seam allowance. I used only 1 inch for seam allowance because it's a stretch fabric, and if you like, you might not even add any allowance if you are using a very stretchy fabric, because you'll be minusing some inches from it when you are sewing it. But I just decided to add this 1 inch because the person is slim and she might later add. So when we come to the waistline, our waist is 24. Dividing it by 4 will give us 6 inches. And we'll add 1 inch for seam allowance. Then for the hip line, if your lines are up to your hip, then you have to put your hip measurement. So I will insert my hip measurement because I have 23 here. So let me insert the hip measurement. The hip measurement is also 31. Dividing it by 4 will give us 7.75, which is 8 plus 1 inch for seam allowance is 9 inches. So we connect the lines this way. So after connecting it this way, you come to your shoulder line and come down by 1 inch and connect it to your neck width line, that is to this point here. Connect it this way. So as you can see, you see that it's not that hard, it's not that difficult to draft. And after drafting it out, you cut your fabric. So as you can see, you see that I've cut the fabric out and the shape and everything is out. So we'll place this particular piece on the back piece and cut exactly what we have here. And the next thing we'll do is the only thing we'll do is just to reduce the neck width of the back. So let's do that. So as you can see, you'll see that I've placed the front piece on the back piece, and this is how it looks. So before we cut exactly what we have on the front piece out on the back piece, we'll have to reduce our neck depth on the back side. So we just reduce it by about, what we'll be using as our neck depth on the back is 1.5 inches. So we'll connect it this way and cut it out. Then you continue your cutting. This will not be having a zip or any button at the back because the fabric is a stretchy one. So you can just cut out. So you see this is the outcome. This is how it looks like after cutting everything. The shoulder is wide because what we removed as our neck depth is not that much. We used only about 2.5 inches for the neck depth. But when you are sewing, if you see that the neck depth is too small to your liking, you can trim your neck again. So this is it's as very simple as this, as ABC. Is not hard. So we'll get over to the sleeve. The person needs a short sleeve, so we'll cut the short sleeve so that you see how we cut the sleeve too. So as you can see, I've fold the fabric on fold of 2. I fold the fabric on the fold of 2. So the next thing we'll do is just to bring out our horizontal measurement and the vertical measurement. Our vertical measurement, that is the sleeve length. The sleeve length is 10. I add 2 inches for the allowance, which is now making it 12 inches. So I marked 12 inches here. I marked 12 inches here. Then horizontally, our round sleeve is 9 inches. 9 inches divided by 2. 9 inches, that is the round sleeve on the bottom part. 9 inches divided by 2 will give us 4.5. 4.5 plus 1 inch for sewing allowance, that is seam allowance. We will now have about 5.5 inches. Then at the shoulder part, you remember that our shoulder depth, that is our armhole depth, is 8. So we'll mark that 8 here, plus 1 inch for seam allowance. We added 1 inch as seam allowance for the dress, so that is the 1 inch we also add here. So whatever you have as your shoulder, your armhole depth, is what you mark when cutting out the sleeve too. So that is why we marked 9 inches. Then your sleeve cap's height. To know your sleeve cap's height, you need to divide your bust measurement by 12. Your bust measurement by 12, and the answer you have plus 1 will be your sleeve cap's height. So the sleeve cap's height I will be using here is 4. You come this way by 2 inches. That is where you will be curving your sleeve this way. You curve it as if you want to write an S, in an S form. You can see how I curved mine. If you don't understand what I'm saying, just watch and you will see how I'm doing mine, and you do yours. So this is the round sleeve on the bottom. This is the upper part that will be fixed on the main fabric. Then after bringing out your markings this way, you cut it out. In case you want to know how I will be cutting the neck width, please leave a comment at the comment section so I can create a video on it, how to make the collar. If you want me to create a video on how to make a collar, please leave your comments at the comment section so that I can create a video on that. If you find this video helpful, please subscribe so that you get notified each time I upload new videos. And if you are already subscribed, please like and share. So this is the end of this tutorial. You can see that the old dress, the cutting of the turtleneck dress, is not that